St. Louis Park is one of the pioneers in the curbside recycling collection, and many of you are doing a fantastic job. But there's still room for some improvement.
So let's check in with the city's nonprofit recycling partner, Eureka Recycling, to learn a little bit more about recycling your plastic.
When it comes to what is and is not recyclable, the questions we get most frequently asked are about plastics. People want to know, what's the deal with these little numbers and arrows on the bottom?
That's a great question. Unfortunately, not all plastics can be recycled. Only plastic bottles marked with a number 1 or a number 2 can be recycled in St. Louis Park's program. Those numbers and arrows are not meant to identify that an item can be recycled. These symbols are used by the plastics industry to identify the main type of plastic resin used to make the product. But additives are used to give each product different properties like hardness or flexibility.
So can deli containers like this one be recycled if they're marked with a 1 or a 2 on the bottom?
Even though those are marked with a number 1 or a number 2, the additives cause those plastics to have different melting points than plastic bottles, so they cannot be mixed with bottles for recycling. If you melt them down together, you'd either get a lumpy or a burned up mess. So plastic toys, yogurt tubs, or takeout containers, even if they are marked with a number 1 or a number 2, cannot currently be recycled in most communities, including St. Louis Park.
So Megan, can you show us some examples of bottles that can be recycled in St. Louis Park's program?
Absolutely. The most common bottles are the single-serving soda and water bottles, as well as the 2-liter soda bottles. However, milk, dish soap, ketchup, and other condiments, shampoo, and other toiletry bottles can come in number 1 and number 2 as well. The important thing to remember is that it has a neck smaller than the body. If so, you can recycle it.
Here's an example of recycling bins ready for pickup. The materials are sorted correctly, separated into 2 categories. All paper and cardboard are together, and all the bottles and cans are together. Great! However, I do see a few items in here that should not be in the recycling bin. Let's talk about why. First, I see an egg carton. The paper fibers in these cartons are too short to be recycled. These TV dinner boxes aren't recyclable either. Any packaging that was made for the refrigerator or freezer has a special coating on it that makes it hard to recycle. Now let's take a look through the bottles and cans. Drinking glasses like this one are not the same kind of glass as bottles and jars and are too difficult to recycle. Here's 2 good examples of non-recyclable plastic. If you look at the bottom of this styrofoam container, you can see that it has a number 6, not a 1 or a 2, and it's not a bottle, so it cannot be recycled. This deli container has a 1 on the bottom, but because it's not a bottle, it's a different kind of plastic and cannot be recycled. Oh, I see one more thing, this plastic bag. There are collection points in grocery stores throughout the Twin Cities to drop off your plastic bags to be recycled, but we cannot collect them with our trucks. The problem with adding plastic bags to the program is that they need to be clean and completely dry in order to be recycled, which we simply cannot do through household collection.
While it's true that there are materials that we cannot recycle, we also know that recyclable materials still make up about 53% of our trash in Minnesota.
Even today, materials like newspapers, bottles, and aluminum cans make up over half of what's still in our trash. In fact, only 1 out of every 8 single-serving plastic bottles is recycled. So we can all focus right now on recycling more of our paper and cardboard and bottles and cans.
You can probably recycle more than you think. Things like boxes from medicines, toothpaste, and other toiletries, as well as shampoo and contact lens solution bottles can be recycled.
And don't forget magazines, catalogs, and junk mail. Put all your paper and cardboard in one bin and put cans and bottles in another bin. Eureka Recycling is always looking for ways to help you recycle more. And in St. Louis Park, we collect a few unique materials that aren't being recycled in most other cities. St. Louis Park residents can recycle pop and beer boxes with other paper and cardboard. Milk cartons and juice boxes can be recycled with your other bottles and cans. And on any recycling collection day, you can put your clean and dry clothes, linens, and shoes in a sturdy, labeled plastic bag.
If you are confused about what to recycle and accidentally put a non-recyclable material in your bin, our driver is likely to leave behind one of our education tags to provide you with more information.
There's a lot more information about your recycling program on our website, eurekarecycling.org, or on the City of St. Louis Parks website. Remember, recycling is one of the most immediate and simple things that we all can do to benefit the environment, help stop climate change, and support our local economy. Thank you for recycling.